Hey, thanks for joining my devlog. I'm Neodesu and I'm working on a fast-paced movement shooter. It doesn't look like movement shooter, does it? We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. No worries.
And there's a lot of things left to do, but I actually couldn't do a match because I didn't really have any more ideas. Or let me say, I've lost motivation for the game, so I couldn't really do much. That's why I didn't really post anything for a while. And one thing I couldn't really get my hand on was how the game felt. It didn't feel satisfying. I didn't really feel that love for the game at that time. Things were not looking well. And also, sorry, but there's not really much footage of the old videos, so you're going to see most of the old ones. Now, I really didn't like the feel of the game. It kind of was good, but the problem came to how the fight went. Because yeah, the enemy will move towards you and will attack. Some will not that some will attack from afar and those things. I'm still working on the enemies, but the problem was, how are you picking up your item? You just spawn randomly or at specific spots where you pick them up. And if you pick them up and you throw it at your enemies, do you have to pick them and everything? So there was a whole lot of complex thinking over there. So I told myself, nope. That is why I didn't post for a while. Now I wanted to add gun somewhere in the game, and I thought, well, I can throw and there's also gun. So what if I combine the gun and throwing mechanism? I created a whole new system. Now to get started, I used an empty room and also changed some of the capsules so that there can be some consistency. So now every weapon is just a capsule. Now in the room, the way I did it first time was the spawning. I wanted you to be able to spawn the capsules first in the world and also have an inventory where you keep the item. So when you pick the item, it stays with you instead of you just picking it once, throwing it back and picking it back again. This time it stays with you, and the capsule you throw, well, that one's gone. So the first time I did it, I tried to make it spawn first. Then from the spawning, I now made it shoot, because of course if it doesn't shoot, it's just useless. Then I realized something. Yeah, the gun, and I had to do some animation. And after doing some nice animation, I actually managed to make a nice animation. So what happened is, once you spawn the capsule, the gun appears, and then you can actually choose where you want it to go. Well, my first idea was, you spawn the capsule, then you aim the gun at the capsules to choose where it goes. But that was kind of stupid, and also it would be much more difficult to implement. So I changed my mind and decided to make a better version. But then there was a problem. You see, right now spawning the capsule depends more on how many shots that capsules allow. For example, if the capsule allow 3 shots, you can spawn a maximum of 3 before you choose where you will mark their position. You can see the problem. You have to spawn all 3. You cannot just spawn one and mark where you want it to go. You have to spawn all 3. So if the capsule allows 99 bullets, you're finished. Yeah. So that was another problem. The other problem too was that when you throw the capsules just stay the same, which is not really a good look. So we have to find a way to get rid of them. And also, what if you just leave a capsule there, you just spawn it but you never use it? It just stays there. So we also added some explosion for that. And after a little while, I decided that nope, this is not going to work, and let me I'll just make it one shot, one mark. So now you spawn the capsule once and then you mark it before you spawn another one again. If the capsule has 3 shots, you spawn one, shoot one, and repeat the process until all your shots are exhausted. Then you take a cooldown. Yeah, that's how now it is. So that made it even much more easier. And also I've added a marker in case you cannot see it. There's a marker over there, a red one. So each time you shoot somewhere, the marker appears and to show where it is going to be hitting every time. I also made some capsules. All the capsules have the same attribute like before. So now when you just show them and they collide with something, they activate their abilities. Some of them activate the moment you shoot them, like the split, which splits the moment you shoot it. But yeah, that is its own specialty. And as for the rest, well, you already know. This is how it works. It's totally not really that much different from the usual to the old one, apart from how everything feels. Also, and in case you can see this, when the shot happens, there's this nice camera shake, which makes it even more better along with the muzzle flash. So overall, this looks much better and has a better feel than the rest. So this is actually what I've been, or where I've reached. I'm now working more on the tutorial. I'm making a better tutorial, and I did make a better tutorial. I'm still working more on it, as well as making some levels so that I can release a parkour mode where you can play the parkour and tell me how the level feels, so that I can improve myself better. And I'll still need some of your suggestions. I'm open to your suggestions and, well, ideas. So feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.